Hello. Here with my doggies. Well, two of them. Who knows where Bella always is. She likes to But I just thought that I would make a little video about some stuff that's been on my mind since the temperature has dropped quite a bit in the last few weeks. And that is our mindset and our discussion around crappy days, gloomy days, cold weather, and maybe just winter in general. I think it's really easy to let the weather just in general dictate our mood, and that is definitely me. I'm definitely not somebody that does well with long winters, which is part of the reason why we left Chicago and moved to Tennessee. But right now it's pretty chilly, and it can be hard to stay super positive and remain in a positive mindset when the weather isn't warm and perfect, comfortable conditions. So I think part of it is getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. That's kind of like an interesting thought, to challenge ourselves to be in uncomfortable situations and building up that resilience in our bodies that most of us don't have anymore. We live such comfortable lives with luxuries and can't handle even small temperature fluctuations. So that's an interesting thing to consider. But I think another really interesting aspect is appreciating the seasons and the fact that the earth is never just stagnant. It's always ever changing and evolving, and as we should be. So appreciating the seasons, even if they're not drastic. Say you live in a more tropical climate, you still have seasons, more rainy seasons, hotter seasons, cooler seasons. And specifically in seasons like this where we have low temps and snow, is a time for dormancy and renewal and time for more rest. So how about, just like us, maybe we need seasons of more rest, more sleep, shorter days because it's not a light as long, more inside time to study or reflect on what we want to accomplish when the weather warms up. By the way, excuse my out of breathness. I'm walking up our hill here to see our mountain overlook view, which is really gorgeous. And I prefer to walk this instead of driving because then it feels really rewarding when you get to the top. So, and then another aspect I think is interesting to consider, which I maybe kind of touched on already, but is the health aspects. And I don't mean just like physical health, but like mental health for getting outside. And that is, it's interesting that many people get sick, what we call flu season, when we're inside more. Little bear just decided to take a little chill. And then here comes Boo. So anyways, the health aspects of getting outside and, what we typically call flu season can be attributed to much less sunshine. That's for one. Much less fresh air. Typically when the weather cools off, we don't get outside as much, and that's definitely me, of course. I'm always outside all day in the summer. Winter, of course, we're not. So, the sunshine, the vitamin D is absolutely essential for hormones, hormone balance, hormone production, mood, depression, lots of different processes in the body. Fresh air, of course, we need that fresh air. Getting away from the EMFs with the Wi-Fi. Of course, I have Wi-Fi on right now, but I typically try to not bring my phone or turn it on airplane mode when I go on walks. So I have total freedom from the Wi-Fi radiation. And then also just finding gratitude in the surroundings that you have, going on a walk in a forest preserve, or I'm blessed enough to be able to live with this behind my house. So being able to see, different snow or ice crystal structures are really beautiful, or the way the leaves look, or just the fact that I have a much broader view of the mountains in the distance because the leaves are all gone in the trees. So I'm kind of rambling now, but by the way, if you're curious, I made it up to the top. So this is just a nice flat road. And then I'll show you our little overlook here in a minute. But I just thought I'd share some of those thoughts because it's so easy to really subconsciously get stuck in a more negative mindset. Like, hey, it's a crappy day. So you're just going to decide, since it's cooler and rainy out, that you're going to have a crappy day. There's going to be a lot of colder, rainy days in our life. And that's us deciding we're going to have a lot of crappy days, which is kind of lame if you think. So here is our little overlook, which is really pretty. The doggies are with me. Bella still hasn't joined us on our trek. But there's our nice overlook. Depends on the weather sometimes, but you can see the Smoky Mountains in the distance there. And our house down there. Oh. Anyway, that was some of my thoughts. What I've been telling myself lately, changing my mindset and learning to have the gratitude and joy, even in the not so comfortable times of weather, and just forcing yourself to get out. I'm really bundled up right now. I have a hoodie on, a vest on, my winter coat, obviously a hat, scarf underneath, gloves. So a quote that I really love is, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. So that is my mantra for this next few months. And let me know if you guys feel the same way, and if you're going to try to kind of do the same thing as me and find some joy in the cooler months, or just finding joy always, no matter the situation, and how drastically that can change your outlook. And, maybe you can inspire others to do the same, because when another person is positive, sometimes you just can't help but be positive too, because their energy radiates from them. So let's go ahead and try to be the light, even on the days that we don't want to. And hopefully that will slowly help change your life. So, all right. Happy Friday. See you guys later.